This is for July 2025 reading. Let's begin. All the necessary information is in the description box. We're starting up with Aries. I don't know what's up with all of the upside down cards. We're gonna tackle them. The last one isn't. And the Seven of Swords. Okay. For Knight of Wands, reverse, clarified by Seven of Pentacles in reverse. You're feeling emotionally depleted. Like all the life has got sucked out of you in the past. But in the present, you're kind of stuck. You're kind of stuck with, with what happened in the past. So you're struggling to figure out what's your next move. So you don't know how to balance something out. And in the future is quite good with this one. Five of Pentacles in reverse, meaning to say you're leaving something behind that's deceptive, but this is probably inside of you. You're gonna stop lying to yourself. You're gonna stop telling yourself some couple of truths that you've been telling yourself for a long time now. You're gonna quit that. You're gonna stop deceiving yourself. You're gonna stop betraying yourself. People tend to think that that's a negative read, but it's not. It's a good thing. Meaning to say you're starting to see the light, to start working on things. So let's get to your advice. You have made time for self-love. Quarter moon in Libra. You might be dealing with a Libra. But yeah, that's what your message is, Aries. Let's go to Taurus. This is very you, Taurus. Not the last one. You're usually stubborn. Actually, yes, the last one. Stubbornness isn't all that bad, You could be set in your ways. So in the recent past, you have Ten of Pentacles in reversed with Seven of Cups upright. It seems that in the past you were coming in the state of lack. Something is lacking in your life, or you don't feel that, or at least that's your perspective of things. But you have a lot of options that you don't see. You're not really not considering them, but you're not feeling them, if that makes sense. So in the present moment, you do have, a little message along the way that's gonna spark your interest somehow, because it's the logical thing to do. And in the future, you have Hanged Man. You're trying to you're in the state of contemplation. in unlearning something because of this message. Could be an opportunity, but it could turn something that will, what do you call that, spearhead the next chapter of your life, the next chapter of your life. Where is the accent coming from? So yeah, in the future, you're gonna decide if you're gonna unlearn something to adapt something because someone's set in their ways. Very, very traditional. But let's see the advice. So Taurus, you have. I'm not sure if it's related to love as well, or self-love. Might be dealing with the Libra. Know you are loved. That's your advice, Taurus. Let me go ahead and go to the next sign. Gemini. I know this feels rushed. Trying to do my best to talk less. Talk less. Where is the accent coming from? Talk less. Okay. Because we're trying to preserve the voice. The throat is the throat is quite painful, just this little. So this is 3 of Cups, 8 of Cups, Page of Wands in reverse. Again, this is you, Gemini. Speaking of Gemini, I saw a sword. Okay, let's get them. 2 of the cards flew out. These are Knight of Swords, Justice. Okay, there's a lot of red in this reading. I'm not sure if code red, like an emergency, is going on. I hope not. But in the recent past, you have 3 of Cups in upright, clarified by Ace of Swords upright. So there was a gathering celebration wherein there are some things that you have spoken about, truth came out, and because of that, in the present moment, you're torn if you're gonna leave a situation behind that's emotionally misrepresented. That's what I'm hearing. Emotionally misrepresented, meaning to say, for example, person 1 showed you interest. Let's say if it's a love situation, they showed you interest, and then suddenly all of your friends ask, why is he always carrying your bags? Why is he always waiting for you? And then before you even answered, the person who shows interest answered for you, and he denied all allegations. Pretty, isn't it? So, and that's just a sample, but if it's pretty specific to you, then it's yours. Page of Wands, that's actually downwards or reversed, clarified by the Justice upright. So Page of Wands is I consider this as curiosity. That's what I'm hearing right now, curiosity, and something that will bring things into balance. So you're considering your options in the future. You're you're starting to take a step forward. I know that Page of Wands is actually in reverse in this deck, but that's what I feel because justice is here. You're slowly but surely, taking steps forward in how to balance things out or gain justice or clarity at least in the situation, or at least closure. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I have for you, Gemini. We're going to your advice. You thought I'm going to the next sign, but no. This is you. Okay. You might be stepping in your own power in the future as well. Last quarter, Moon in Gemini, clear your mind. You're very cerebral, okay? So just try to chill, okay? Thank you, Gemini. I'm going to the next sign, which is Cancer. Ain't this good? It's when you don't have time to cleanse, beads, right? Just one word, beads. When I read or when I meditate, okay, when I meditate, I choose fire as an outlet. If I want quick meditation, water, just taking a bath in salt water helps cleanses me out, gives me new ideas, creativity, my imaginations skyrockets. I get new perspective, in showering, taking a bath, probably because I'm a water sign. When I really need an intense cleanse, when I meditate, I turn to fire. Because if you boil water, right, it will evaporate. So I turn to incense, I turn to sage burns, like just a few pieces of sage, and then you just burn them. It's not really a smudge, basically. I burn them in an abalone shell. It's really a good deflector for fire, if that makes sense. And then candles while I'm doing the abalone burning of incense and sage. Yeah, so that's what I do. I don't know if you need to cleanse, Cancer, because I brought that up, but you probably need that because justice is here. I'm feeling repeated cycle. I know there's no circle in it, no circle in this deck, but look at the cards. We already saw it earlier. Justice, Three of Wands. Knight of Wands, yeah. We saw those cards already on another spread, on another sign. Okay. Cancer, we have, on your past, we have Justice, clarified by Three of Cups. You were in a roll. Like, you got the grip of things. These are actually basically good cards. It reminds me of stableness, stability, actually. And is there such word as stableness? Stability. That's what I'm seeing, like a level type of thing, because the justice is here in the past. And the death is actually, we're gonna discuss that. So in the present moment, you're just, I know there's no Eight of Wands, but Knight of Wands is, knights are actually fast, especially if it's partnered with a wand or a sword. not too much. I'm hearing calculative risk, or calculative risk, if that makes sense. You're doing your moves in a calculative sense, and at the same time you were able to dodge conflict with that approach, and that's good. In the immediate future, you have Nine of Pentacles. You're enjoying solitude because you're feeling this abundant energy. You know it in your bones that it's gonna come to you, and it's already divine timing because death is here. There's not gonna be any disruptions on the abundance that's coming to you and you only. Death is in reversed. No sudden ends or changes in a situation, right? Because in here, I mentioned before that there's like a cycle that I'm not sure that will end or begin, but one thing is for certain here on this part. I feel that a cycle ended and then there's a brand new beginning. Even though I don't see the ace, I don't see aces here. We see momentum, incoming. And then we see pentacles here. There's then depth. There's no sudden disruption of this abundance. You have to claim this. And what I'm hearing as well, when you claim it, make sure that you do something about it, right? You're not just claiming the read. You're gonna make actions towards this abundance that's coming. You have to do something about it, yeah. Usually I typically will say stand still. It will come. But it's already universal timing, okay? Your advice: talk less, feel more. Last quarter in Pisces. I definitely see that you should, or feel rather, that you should keep your aces to your chest as of the moment. Like moving in stealth or silence, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Cancer. We're now gonna go to the next sign, which is Leo. We're almost on the half part of it, which is nice. I love it. Because after this, I will... This is not public, okay? I will give a friend of a friend, like a personal reading. So that's the reason of that I needed to like wrap up early, not really wrap up, neglecting obligations and all that. I'm not that rebellious. Okay. What's wrong with my tongue? Hey, I made this yesterday. It is lapis lazuli, turquoise, and I forgot the other one. Forgot the name of the other one. I don't know if it zooms. You'll see my chubby arms. Leo, the Tower. Speaking of changes from the last one, Hierophant. I don't like this. Maybe let's see the advice later. Maybe you can turn it around somehow. You have free will, okay? Holy smokes, all the bullshit is here. We have Tower verified with or clarified with Hangman. Sorry about that, so many disruptions. I did hope that this video didn't cut off, and it didn't, gladly. Speaking of disruptions, we have the Tower clarified with the Hangman. Tower in reverse, actually. Oh, what I'm feeling is stillness. I don't see any like sudden changes, but slowly but surely you're noticing like step by step changes. You know, what I'm hearing is ladderized education. I'm not sure if you heard of that. Like you'll enter college 2 years, and then you'll stop first, and then you'll just work for a while, and then you can continue that same course. Ladderized education, you can do. Google it if you want to. It feels like that. You know, there's a slow pause on things, and but you still feel in you that you can continue it. In the present moment, you have the Hierophant. You're not listening to your intuition right now. You're having a struggle in. Basically, your brain is arguing what to follow. I'm hearing heart versus mind. I know there's no cup here, but then again, both of them has to be in the negotiation, heart and mind. So you're struggling to argue with yourself, with your intuition, if you're gonna follow it or not, because we have this Seven Swords upright, clarifying the Hierophant, which is most of the time your guts, your and actually I'm seeing here that I'm hearing immaturity. Someone's not ready yet. I'm not sure if it's a commitment of some sort. So yeah, that's part of it. And then on in the immediate future, we have the king. Sorry, his king. I mentioned king. I'm not sure how that's significant to you. Maybe that's a last name, or you might be dealing with someone who's named King, if that makes sense, or has a king in their name. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, clarified by the Devil in reverse. You're stuck in a rut. You're trying to dig yourself out of the hole there, rabbit hole, somehow in the future. You still have time to prevent this though, depending on the advice and your free will. And the advice for you, Leo, is that's in reverse. Last quarter moon in Cancer, take a breather. You know, the past, when you were taking the pause, even though that there is slowly but surely have like changes are occurring here and there, you were ready to face them with stillness because you take pauses. But right now, again, you're going against your intuition. So yeah, this is the time that we tell people not to do anything. This is actually the power of standing still. Okay, standing your ground, if that makes sense. Let's go to Virgo now. I shake things up a bit by shuffling more. I'm hearing mind over body. Instant gratification, Virgo. I don't know who is that, okay? If it's you or someone you're dealing with is looking for instant gratification, I'm also hearing validation from one another or from someone. You're not complaining though. No one is. See? Codependency. That's what I'm feeling. The devil. With something deceptive. We saw that already. Okay? It's repeating everything again. The Hanged Man. Yeah. That's okay. 'Cause you're gonna stand in your own power. Which is, we're gonna have to be more patient than this. Let's move the cards up. In the past, we had the Devil reversed, clarified by Seven of Swords. Someone's not willing to give up something. I'm here. Yeah. I began with codependency, right? So someone's codependent. Someone is relying on someone to say shit, or that's what I'm hearing, or bullshit that they want to hear. And in the present moment, you have the Hanged Man in reversed. I just noticed I didn't read the Hangman in reverse. I'm not sure what sign is that. Maybe that's actually a message that was meant for you. But this one is Hangman in reversed, and there's no stillness. There are blockages in the way that is preventing your manifestation currently. Because you're trying your hard to control the situation. And now you're having internal battles with that. Kind of similar with Leos, but I know there's no Emperor here for the control part. But I'm seeing 5 of Wands in reverse. Then Hangman. Really wanted to do something about something. And in the future, you have the Hermit, which is you. You're standing in your own power. But you have the decision. You have a decision to make. Not necessarily 2 choices. Because both of them are, if you can see, the Hermit has his eyes closed, and this one has a blindfold. So just a quick advice. I know we haven't gotten to the advice part yet, but before you make any decision, make sure you contemplate enough. That's the purpose of the Hermit. Before you jump into any sort of situation that you cannot get out of. Okay? Like Top Gun. Don't write a check your ass can cash. Shout out. I actually heard it from my favorite tarot reader, that's Alex Angel. So let's dig into your advice. We have New Moon in Cancer, relax. Try not to get in your head too much. And that's your message. Thank you so much, Virgo. We're gonna head into, what's the next sign? Libra. Sorry about that. I had to check if I had blocked the door because once they enter here, all the noises, all the good stuff comes in. Let's just shuffle this one for Libra. We don't need to announce the type of reading. Again, but I will do it anyway for you, Libra. Libra for July 2025. And actually, this is a July 2025 all signs reading. I hope I didn't make any mistakes in the intro, but again, this is going to be for July 2025. If that makes sense, if that corrects myself, thank you. Don't come for me in regards to the time and date. I'm telling you, I don't have any sense of time or date for that matter. Let's talk you through these cards, Libra. Five of Wands, King of clarified by the King of Pentacles in reverse. In the past, that is, I don't know why I'm sleepy. Maybe some of you are. I'm hearing sleep apnea. If you have to, I'm not a medical professional. If you have to get someone checked or something checked about that, then you may go ahead. I don't wanna scare people in my channel, so let's go back to the actual meaning of the cards. King of Pentacles in reverse. I'm hearing a conflict for a prize. I'm not sure if this is a certain group situation or a work situation. I'm hearing cooperative, if that's too specific. Like if you have a company cooperative, it's something like that. It's something in there that's quite fishy, you know. And then in the current situation, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse and Lovers in reverse. Clarification. Knight of Pentacles. I'm seeing nothing's getting delivered between one end to another, like the tangents are not meeting from point A to point B. If that makes sense, point A to point B, I'm hearing a plan is not working as it should or as you planned it out to be, but you have a backup. You have a backup. I'm not sure if your next backup wouldn't work as well, because Seven of Cups is actually in reverse, but I know some of the reading starts as negative, but we all can bounce back to that, trust me. But it's clarified by the Six of Cups. Six is actually, I'm not sure. I feel that this card actually is representing very light-hearted energy. Like, even though that last plan didn't work, there's a new plan that will emerge that will really satisfy you in a way that it even satisfies your inner child. I'm not sure. Very playful and very light-hearted energy. It's like a redirection into something better. That makes sense. So let's go to your advice. Find a balance. This is full moon in Libra. Might be dealing with a Libra. So that's it for you. Oh, you are Libra. So you might be dealing with a fellow Libra. Or you might be just balancing things out for now. So, but thank you so much. There's a lot of duality here, I know. So, thank you so much because I'm seeing the Gemini card and then the scales. Point A to point B. like 2. 2 might be a significant number for you as well. That's it for you, Libra. We're going to Scorpio now. I'm hearing there are some people who gets annoyed with you even though that you're not doing anything to them. It's very specific. You breathe, you talk, you walk in their room, they saw you, and they already don't like you. There are some people like that. It's, and that's fine. Because, sometimes vibe is not vibing with the other. If you don't feel it, don't force it. That's also an advice, but that's what I'm hearing in my head. If you don't feel it, don't force it, Scorpio. I'm hearing, tell me what's wrong, but I cannot be changed. Very specific. Since you're a fixed sign, I can definitely understand where you're coming from. Fixed signs tends to be set in their ways, their traditions. We have... This is gonna be messy. Did I say 5 of Swords before? I think 7 of Swords to correct myself in the previous cards. I'm not sure. I have to go back to it and timestamp it. So probably gonna see those. But I'm not gonna correct it because that might be the message that was meant for you. Let's arrange the cards. No, Scorpio, I'm so sorry. The reason that I'm saying that is because in the past you have a lot of, I know this is not the wounded warrior. There's a lot of things that actually confused the fuck out of you. And it prevented you from moving forward, Chariot. Actually, you still persevered and you still pushed forward. But there's some there's some baggages that we need to clear out still. For this 5 of Swords, internal conflict probably. Right? The Wheel of Fortune is in reverse because you need to clear this for you to be able to it's like I'm hearing make it or break it. It's not really entirely break it, to the point that if you don't do this, you're not gonna get to the next step, right? And no, it's not like that. You have to do this so that you don't carry over energies in the future. That's trash. Okay, just saying. So in the future we have, I know that you already worked on yourself a lot, and the universe will soon commend you for that. But for now, in the immediate future, I'm feeling like the near future, if that makes sense, the nearest future. The Emperor in reverse, you're releasing control and you're just letting the momentum hit you left and right. I know this is momentum, but if it's reversed, it's not really, I'm not saying that it's a negative momentum. I'm hearing seizing communication, like letting things fall into place or fall into balance organically or naturally, if that makes sense. I'm letting the obstacle hit you like a motherfucker, So that, because you're a Scorpio, anything that hits you but doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I know that's cliche and that's cringe to hear, but that's the truth with you, Scorpio. I remember a tarot reader saying that day one you go to a breakup, day two you get out of the house and you're glowing like you just went on a spa or something. Scorpio. That's Sal. Thank you so much. Shout out to my favorite readers out there. So, okay, your advice. Take a reality check. You're very blunt, Scorpio. You're very blunt usually to yourself. What I'm hearing is that try to be blunt with others as well, because I'm feeling that you're trying to walk into thin glass just not to hurt anyone. That shouldn't be the case. If you wanted to speak something out right now, that's the best time to do it. If you've been holding back, but again, calculative risk. Okay, choose your still. Oh my God, I'm struggling with my words to get the words out. Still choose your battles, but choose the people you're gonna vent out of. Just tell them what you want to do, what you want to say, what you're thinking. You need an outlet. You need an outlet, girl. A verbal outlet, girl. If not journaling, you need like a very, 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 very loyal friend. Okay? So take a reality check, because no man is an island, Scorpio. I know you're very loyal yourself. Here's my letter R's again. I'm sorry. Letter R is my worst enemy in the alphabet. Yeah. So I know that you're very loyal yourself, but you need a companion. Okay? But that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I'm now gonna go to the next sign, Capricorn. Capricorn. I said that name, Capricorn, or I said your zodiac like I'm singing. I don't know if you're being discovered for something that you're doing creatively, art most specifically. That's good. You're gonna make money out of it. That's what I'm hearing. If you sing, especially. Oh, you might be dealing with this a Capricorn, but again, let me correct myself. This is for Sagittarius. July 2025 reading. Sorry, Sag. How are you? Then the message might not be for Capricorn, it might be for you, right? For the talent part. Everything is really. This is the first card that actually was pulled out, but this one really not lift, okay? Leaped out of the deck. Sometimes I want to just slap this lips. A lot of cards flew out. We're gonna take him. Take him in order. I have to pause. I think I got a splinter. Wait for me. you will notice my finger that has a short nail, ignore it. Okay, sorry. I had to cut it to ensure that I didn't keep any souvenirs, if that makes sense. Yeah, I had to ensure that no splinters there. Okay, cause yeah, I don't know what's with me. It's skin is quite sensitive. I know that it's not really pretty, but it's really sensitive. You know, if I get wounded, it's like a bear with a splinter. That's the image that I'm getting. So those are all the cards that I pulled out, that flew out. That's in order. Ten of Wands, blockage, stuckness, that's kind of a very overused word. Being stuck, being blocked. And in a traditional sense, it is actually the meaning of the cards. So you're kind of stuck and blocked in something. You went in a situation that you cannot get out of. You have the moon, it's something unknown. There's something unknown up ahead. But you're still continuing with your heart though. Not necessarily a bad thing, but again, I did mention that mind and heart should be inside the negotiation. Should be inside a conference room, not out. Not just your heart, not just your brain, but both of them. Next one is Ten of Swords, clarified with Six of Swords. I'm hearing polar opposites because these are both swords. However, they have both different meanings. Ten of Swords is actually being betrayed and you cannot get up, basically. You look at the image. But the Six of Swords, there's gonna be like, I'm not sure if it's a betrayal really or if it's just, downfall of something that will trigger you moving forward from this stuckedness, if that makes sense. Because here you're still wearing rose-colored glasses. It's not bad to see the glass half full. Sometimes you have to include your intuition as well, right? Let's see what your advice is. Leave the past behind, which is this one. Last quarter moon in Capricorn. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Let's go to Capricorn. Cards are flying everywhere, causing my hands to get splinters and stuff and wounds, and I'm a very clumsy individual, so I am certainly not blaming the floor for that. Let me correct myself before someone else corrected me. But sometimes I love being corrected. Actually, most of the time, because that's where I learn a lot. Are we dealing with a Cancer though? You might hear me yawning. I'm quite sleepy, sorry. I only had like, what time did I sleep? 2 a.m. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 hours. I know that's a lot for some people already, but for me, 6 hours. No questions. Sorry, 6 or 5. 4 is okay. But I still get those gloomy feeling, if you know what I mean. I like your spread. I like your spread so far. Everything is upright and so fiery passionate because in the past you have sorry, I took a pause there. I don't know. I'm hearing something might pass by. I'm not sure if that's very specific to you. Just take what resonates. So we have the Nine of Cups clarified with the King of Wands. You're pretty confident and you're standing in your own power in here. You're enjoying solitude and individuality like no other. Because from, from Nine of Cups you transition to another 9, which is 9 of Pentacles. So you transmuted all that love that you can give into those pentacles. Good job. That's it. And then in the very confident, smug manner, a little, just a little. Bragging isn't bad sometimes. Just don't make it a habit. If you make it a habit, it's vanity. So in the present moment, you have 8 of Wands clarifying this. So it's a momentum. You're just charging and going and going. You carry that energy in the future because I see 9 of Wands that's clarifying the Lovers, which is a give and take energy. I'm not sure. I'm feeling that this is an organization that you're working with, helping, collaborating towards with. I know this is the Lovers card, but I'm associating it with your career opportunity, if that makes sense. It will make you really happy if you continue working on this in the future. And I'm not sidebarring love, it's still in here. So if it's a love situation that you've been working hard for, you will see the fruits of your labor, right? I'm hearing an argument will resolve itself because I'm seeing fiery energies, and then there's the Lovers in the immediate future. So if somebody's having an argument, that will be resolved soon. Let's get your advice. Full moon in Scorpio, breathe through the tension. I just said argument, so we cannot make that up. We cannot make this up. We cannot make this up. Let's turn that as a song. Let's turn it as a let's oh my gosh. Let's turn that as a song. Okay. Thank you so much. Capricorn, let's go to Aquarius. Aquarius. I love tarot ASMR. Since this channel started as an ASMR channel. If we already gained traction and a lot of subscribers, we're gonna make a poll. Like, do you know what is this channel consisting of? Or how does this channel started? Something like that. Ah, that's so cute. Like, very interactive. Speaking of interactive, I'm hearing you're very sociable right now, Aquarius. certain activities left and right. What did I say? It's a foundation that you're building for yourself. You're very... Okay, let's interpret them as they fall. That's fun. You're very set in your ways and making this happen. That's your recent past. And you don't plan on resting of it, or resting out of it, or resting on it. You just go, go, go. And because of that, you're emotionally fulfilled currently. In the immediate future, you know, that's the downside of go, go, go. As in, you wanted to do something about something. Temperance, where your patience is a bit lacking, just a little bit. I don't see it as a major problem though, Aquarius. So your patience in the near future might be disturbed because you're just go, go, go. And then if there are certain checkpoints that you need to work through, then that's actually the cause of your impatience in the future. But doesn't necessarily a bad thing, because you keep on working, or you're gonna keep on working on this no matter how many pauses you take. Okay, I don't see many pauses. That's just a sample. No matter how long the pause is, probably, right? Because temperance is here in in reversed. I'm also hearing time pressure, so do not pressure yourself because of time. Just work in your own phase if you can, possibly, because some institutions doesn't allow that, right? Like, we have to accept the fact. I know. It's like rain nowadays. Accept, like, working in your own phase nowadays is like rain. You have to accept the fact that sometimes it can occur, right? That you will be working on your own phase. Sometimes it doesn't apply. Release your blocks. Okay, I don't see any blockages here, but in case that you need to work through something, cleanse something specifically. Sacral chakra, I am hearing work on it. Okay, this is the time that we insert divination. If you wanted to go back to the things that I told you about in the previous video, I'm not sure if it's Cancer's read or Leo's read, the cleansing portion, just go backtrack. Okay, that's gonna be for you, Aquarius. Let's move on to the last sign, which is Pisces. This is quite fast. I'd never done like an all signs reading. It's just 59 minutes. Like, after, like, that's going beyond or near 59 minutes, if that makes sense. It's always beyond, like 14, 15, 30th, 40th minute. Okay, Pisces, you're up. And on the last sign, I'm very sleepy now. And I'm still gonna do 2 more videos. Personal video readings. Okay, Pisces, whenever I see the page, I remember Pisces. I don't know why. I know Aries are the babies of the zodiac. Pages are the babies of the tarot. But I don't know. Did I mention that sometimes I interchange judgment and hierophant? It's actually because of the hierophant's traditional nature, and when it's traditional, it's reminding me of Mahatma Gandhi's eye for an eye. So that's judgment. Okay. I'm not gonna change the messages. However, it was relayed to you, that's yours. If not, then you skip it. You skip it. Check your other sign placements. That's what you can do. I think the word of the day is acceptance. Okay. I have to accept and move on. We have to. Like all of us, yeah. It's a lesson for all of us. Page of Pentacles in the past, clarified by Hierophant. You are torn between two energies here. You like the way that you handle things maturely, but you also like to unwind like a child at times. That's what I'm seeing here on the past energies. I know age doesn't matter because energies are energies and frequencies are frequencies. That's the recognition of it by the universe. However, you're torn between two energies here. One is a very light-hearted energy, and one is the matured, stable energy. And in the present moment, you have a lot of options in front of you, and you have to make a choice. But because of that confusion within you, there's a little turmoil that's going on. You cannot decide. You cannot choose a side or choose something between a choice. Or this might be to, I know that there's no there is a cup. I know that there's no other cups but a seven of cups. That's options. I'm not sure if this is also related to love. There's like two people specifically, or like more than that, and that you need to choose from. Like these are very polar opposites to each other, so it's probably like there's a lot of variations to choose from, something like that. And then you cannot decide. So in the future you have judgment, so you're gonna be able to balance things and decide because you've weighed your options. Temperance, you've waited, right? You've waited and waited. So I've mentioned weighted as in WAIT, and scaled it, like weighted it. Don't dare me to spell it because my brain cells right now is just 3. Yeah, so you've waited and waited. You waited a long time, plus you scaled your option. That's the better wording for it, I think. Scaled. Measured. Oh no, that's way too far now. We're measured. Okay, your advice is let your fears dissolve. Full moon in Cancer. So that's what I have for you, all signs. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.